All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So the New York Jets defeated the Houston Texans 21-13. And in this one, we have to ask the question, are the New York Jets back to being favorites to win the Super Bowl? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness, it feels really good to get a win, right? I understand it wasn't pretty. I understand it wasn't the most fun watch. I understand that we're only 3-6, but to see this team kind of face adversity throughout the game, commit issue after issue, mistake after mistake, self-inflicted wound after self-inflicted wound, etc., to see this team come out on top for once this year against a good team. Of course, we have to give credit to New England, right? Because they ended up beating the New York Jets last week. But, in the case of the Patriots and the Titans, both of these teams are they're just in a completely different tier than the Houston Texans. This has been the biggest win all year, and it came at just such a perfect time. Right before the trade deadline, 5-game losing streak, that's done and over with. Vibes are good. Things are great, but here's my concern or question. If I'm the New York Jets this week, celebrate the win, right? Of course, right? Be happy, be pumped up. I think this organization and building need some positive energy, but I don't want to see this team satisfied. Not at all. Not at all. We can't afford it, right? The Jets unfortunately dug themselves such a big hole because of the poor start this season, for whatever it may be. Tackling, can't stop the run, game planning, whatever. 2-6 coming into the night. And again, now we're 3-6, which is positive, but we got a long road in front of us. This is not an over-exaggeration. The New York Jets literally have to win every single game next month. We have to go undefeated next month to get to be above 500. That is a big hill to climb. Big mountain to climb. So we cannot rest on our laurels. We cannot look at the win and say, oh, look at us, we're back. The NFL's put on notice, and the highlights are going to go around, Rodgers throws and Garrett Wilson's catch and all these different things. That stuff's fine for a day. But I want this team to kind of put this game to bed by Saturday morning, right? I want this team to be 1,000% focused on the Arizona Cardinals under Jonathan Gannon with Kyler Murray at the helm, a team that just defeated the Miami Dolphins last week in Miami, cross-country trip, right? We'll see what happens this week. Big game for them, but, all focus needs to be on Arizona for Saturday's game. So the point is here, good win. Let's go. Let's freaking go. We're back in the winning column, 3-6. But the job's not over. I don't necessarily like to make a video like this. You kind of just wish that the team would already kind of have this mindset, and who knows, maybe they will, maybe they do. But in the previous wins this season, we haven't seen that. It's just, beat our chest, look at us, we're great. Again, the NFL put them on notice, we're here, we're coming, and all these different things. I don't want to see that. We've lost those privileges, in my opinion. Again, celebrated for a day. But come Saturday morning, focus needs to be on Arizona. I don't want to be seeing these highlights and talking about how good this win was on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's just not my thing. Not my thing at all. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on this. I think so many players had positive games that this could really be like a nice shot of adrenaline and just positive momentum and energy for the players specifically. And I mean, I guess to Todd Downing to a certain extent, but specifically the players. Of course you have the go-tos always performing. Jamie Sherwood always performs. Jalen Mills, so far, so good. He's always performing. Quincy Williams always performs. But I think a lot of the players outside of Sauce Gardner looked pretty impressive, right? Garrett, Devontae, Brees had a couple of big mistakes. Luckily, they weren't as bad as they could have been, right? I'm talking about the fumble that he landed on, as well as the drop early on. Olu, I thought had a solid night. I think Corley, it's a boneheaded moment, but it's really the first kind of like real NFL action that I feel like he's seen this season. So, for sure it's going to be embarrassing, but just learn from it and move forward. I can guarantee you this, it won't happen again. It won't happen. I guarantee you, Malachi Corley, every single time he's near the goal line, any time he is going to be going in for a TD for the rest of his career, it will be in the back of his mind. Do not let this ball go, which, should bode well for the New York Jets moving forward. So I'm happy that mistake came in a win, not a loss. And also, right, a couple of interesting points that really before I wanted to end the video here, I really needed to bring up. Number one, perfect in the kicking game, 3 for 3. I know it might sound, a little trivial here, or I don't want it to sound condescending whatsoever. I don't mean it to be like, sound like this, but, we hit all of our extra points today. That is a win. Again, we're talking about extra points, but the reality that we're in is that the New York Jets are losing games, and a big part of that is because the kicking has been the worst in football. That's not an over-exaggeration. Literally last in football and field goal percentage success. So 3 for 3, that's a plus. Also, no delay of games. Another big time plus. Also, no wasted timeouts. I think our timeouts were utilized perfectly. Use them when you have to, use them to stop the clock. Or in big critical situations. So the win wasn't clean. It wasn't the, most fun and, craziest thing that you saw. You're not watching that saying, okay, now the Jets can go toe to toe with Detroit or, Kansas City, and we can go to Baltimore in the playoffs and beat them. But you're looking at these games, and because of where the Jets are, you need to kind of find these small W's, these small wins within each individual game, with the hope of, okay, this team can now continue to build and move forward. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. The Jets won a game. Let's freaking go. As always, go Jets.